What did I just see? He's never done that before. Generic intro in the doc goes. We're here back with another kill count reaction. Today we're doing Silent Night, Deadly Night 3 and 4, which apparently the sequels get really crazy, but let's go ahead and jump on into it. Alright, last week we started with this series, which we're going to jump around, but the playlist is all going to be in order.
Up the victims
and then we'll go back and do all
horror
the
movies.
individual
I'm
ones.
James A. Janice, and today we're looking at
Apparently
Silent
I'm not
Night,
ready
Deadly
for
Night
what's
3.
coming
Better
in
watch
like
out,
4 and
motherfucker.
5.
Released direct to standard definition video in 1989. This film gives us the conclusion of the Billy/Ricky Chapman trilogy.
Garbage,
and unlike
eh?
Part 2, is actually a fully filmed
just...
feature-length original movie. And although Eric Freeman's crazy ass doesn't return as Ricky, we trade him out for Bill friggin' Moseley, legend of the horror genre, best known for playing Chop Top in Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. But those two promising facts can't fix what is one of the most boring and lackluster movies I've ever covered on the kill count. Like, yeah, it's a full 90 minutes, but it might as well be a 20-minute short for all that happens in it. The gist of it is that Ricky, looking like a Venture Bros character with his brain exposed, is chasing after a blind girl with psychic powers. Again,
a blind girl running?
Like it could be fun, right? I assure you, it is not. But hey, after this, we get some really fun, weird shit in parts 4 and 5, including the triumphant return of Clint Howard to the channel. So just bear with me for this movie and join me as I count the kills.
Well, we're gonna be doing 3 and 4 today.
The movie begins with our final girl, Laura, waking up.
Hopefully there's no copyright. I imagine
she's dressed to be a background actor in a Madonna video and is in an all-white room that apparently also holds a hospital bed, upon which lies Bill Moseley with his brain exposed. He wakes up and pulls out a stabby-slashy scalpel, but Laura escapes him and runs through a bunch of blindingly white hallways. Jeez, I've heard of a white Christmas before, but this is ridiculous. Eventually, she enters a room where King Chris the Kringle sits upon his throne, and ladies love a man in power, so she hops right up and tells him her desires.
I want a Barbie doll.
And
bicycle.
And
roller skates.
And
and ballet shoes.
And
a Mickey Mouse watch.
Okay, lady, that's enough. Okay, you know what? How about a bloody fucking knife? How's that sound?
I mean, that's the same thing, right?
Turns out our selfish heroine was just having a nightmare in a hospital setting. In the real world,
is that what nightmares are like?
And under the care of Dr. Newberry, who
for normal people
is the richest man in Twin Peaks. He gets pretty pumped when she tells him about her Santa Claus dream.
I think she made contact.
It's not that hard, dude. All you gotta do is write a letter to the North Pole. Looks like she and Ricky, who's chilling there in a coma, are hooked up to each other somehow, which is why she's able to see his memories in the form of flashbacks from the original. I hope
are we really doing that?
Damn residuals for these sequels. But a shared mental experience.
I don't know
exactly
if they did or
what
not.
Dr. Newberry wants. Well, that and the name of the shampoo you use, girl. Your hair smells so fine. Although Ricky's flashback memories are vivid and also terrifying,
and not 40 minutes worth, hopefully,
Dr. Newberry any satisfying science data, and on her way out for the holidays, she tells him that she doesn't want to be his little sleep princess anymore. He tries some reverse psychology on her.
Certain psychic abilities can be frightening.
I'm not scared.
And wow, that apparently worked.
Okay.
We'll talk about it after Christmas.
Damn, dude, I guess you know your patients pretty well.
Her body may be young, but her soul is old.
Oh, okay, maybe a little too well.
Yeah.
He's off there, Chief.
Back. And then she'll let me go as deep as I want.
Yo, dude, phrasing.
She likes it.
I mean,
loves it.
Could you please just...
She can't resist it.
What are you even talking about, man?
Oh, no!
She wants to penetrate his mind.
Oh, Skull fucking the serial killer. Okay, that's cool then. Out in the main hospital
yeah, it's fine then.
Laura asks a receptionist to let her know when her brother arrives to pick her up.
I'm very busy, miss.
Yeah, and I'm very blind. Could you please just give me a heads up when he gets here?
Look
Shit.
blind.
Her brother Chris is equally 80s in his attire and can probably relate to Ricky pretty well, since he's played by Eric DeRay, who spent a whole season of Twin Peaks also in a coma. The two of them have a loving relationship where they're comfortable telling weird jokes.
You know how Pea Brain gets his belt off?
How?
I'm not.
I mean, you are a little bit, but it's still funny. The hospital has a Santa Claus to visit patients, and in accordance with horror movie rules, the dude's a big old pervert.
My candy cane, little girl.
That's a crazy thing to say out loud.
Statue, dude is also an alcoholic and just an out-and-out
asshole. What kind of watch does Santa wear?
Vegetable. Who's your favorite singer? Perry Como?
So obviously, his role in this system of cinema is to be the first victim. Ricky wakes up and approaches the Santa.
At the rate that he's drinking, there's not gonna be much left.
Kill as the Santa does some shitty improv.
Hey, Ricky, You know about the broccoli, I was just kidding.
Ending with a classic yell of no to the camera. We do get to see his body on the ground though, when Ricky is confirmed to be awake and ready to kill some more. Though he didn't take the Santa outfit
handcuffed
because...
to the bed.
Wait, why didn't he take the Santa outfit? What happened to the killer Santa conceit? Laura meets with a psychiatrist and they talk about ESP, since Laura occasionally has creepy visions like seeing the hospital receptionist get murdered. He tells her it's because she's too hard on herself and needs to let people help her.
Who said you have to be the world's champion blind orphan?
Well, she doesn't want to settle for second place blind orphan, dude. That's the first loser blind orphan.
Why would you want to be the best at it if you're going to be?
The hospital receptionist is quickly dispatched.
Why is that flower on
her
her chest that
Ricky,
massive?
And yep, you guessed it.
Right, I guess it's a quinceañera, I think it is.
Screams into the camera. Oh, but at least this one has a ketchup bottle blood effect. Hey, Jim, could you spray some more ketchup there? Yeah, there you go. Much better. Chris tries to introduce his girlfriend Jerry to his sister, but Laura's less than friendly.
Chris tells me you're psychic.
Chris tells me you give great head.
Don't worry, Jerry. Laura's probably just upset that the two of you look exactly the same. Seriously, I'd have a hard time keeping them separate if it wasn't for the fact that Jerry is played by Laura freaking Haring, who was Rita and Camilla in the terrifying mindfuck Mulholland Drive. This movie's like a David Lynch project, just without anything good in it. They take off from Piru, California, where their grandmother lives, and Ricky discovers the directions when he telepathically intercepts the trio doing a Californian sketch.
Take the 5 onto the 126 and then
I remember paper maps.
The map.
Good days.
101 to Park Road.
Personally, I'd split the difference and take the 27 to the 118 and then get off at Princeton Ave, but really it depends on what day it is. Laura falls asleep in the car,
never been
so
to California.
She can have some flashbacks to help pad out this piece of shit, while Ricky ends up hitchhiking to Piru in a shot that reminds me of that stupid ghost dude at the end of Pet Sematary. The guy who picks him up gives Ricky a festive holiday sweater.
No idea.
But Ricky is committed to having an anti-Christmas appearance in this movie, so he leaves the sweater and the guy's corpse.
He knows how to drive.
He steals the truck and the dude's street clothes. Man, Ricky pulling a real Michael Myers there, huh?
Why didn't you just take the Santa outfit then?
Away was somewhat interesting, which is more than I can say for most of this movie. For instance, it's better than this 20-second shot of Laura drinking from a water bottle.
I felt like that was supposed to be cut out and they forgot to do that.
See, you don't even need flashbacks to pad the shit out of this movie. During Ricky's road trip, we get another body for the count with one of those awful into-the-camera kills. This time of a gas station attendant who dies while his girlfriend waits
into the window that
back
much?
to the phone.
Come on. I want to talk dirty to you.
Sorry, lady, he's not going to be able to give you any full-on phone sex anymore. But maybe he could interest you in a little bit of phone head. Ricky inexplicably beats the kids to Grandma's house.
How?
But it's weird that she didn't see it coming since she's apparently psychic too.
Phone's gonna ring?
Oh, okay, well, I'm psychic too, but it's only for bad things.
Like that. Grandma's real nice to the silent chrome-domed Ricky, giving him food to eat and presents to open. But either the red wrapping paper or just the festive activities in general flips the kill switch on and Ricky's exposed.
Don't kill Grandma.
And he kills Grandma off screen as she screams.
How are you gonna kill Grandma on Christmas?
Wow, so far, this movie's blood budget is a single bottle of ketchup.
Oh,
The kids arrive at
Christmas
Grandma's
spirit.
house, and since she's apparently not home, Chris and Jerry get to tongue fucking in her living room. Yo, dude, your sister's blind, not deaf. She can still hear all that spit swabbing. Now, this is when this already slow movie completely grinds to a halt. Literally nothing happens after they get to Grandma's house, aside from a cramped bit of tubby time between Chris and Jerry. Seriously, we watched Laura listen to the TV for like a minute straight.
What is that supposed to be? Did they just film that? Okay. Okay.
At this point, I can't tell if we're watching a shitty amateur film or a late product of Italian neo-realism. But either way, fuck this movie.
That's a sentence.
Throughout all this, the killer's crazy doctor has been trying to track him down alongside a police officer. Stop me if you've heard this one before. The only notable
isn't
thing
that like
during
every
their
movie
scenes
ever?
is the reminder of something I totally forgot while covering the Garbage Day movie. During these
Garbage
sequels,
Day?
they randomly changed Ricky's last name from Chapman to Caldwell.
Richard Caldwell. Wait a minute, Ricky Caldwell?
Yeah, I guess they made that change in part 2, but the only time they noted it was during the credits. I have no idea why they did that, but my guess, they just didn't fucking care. And in case you don't believe me that the scenes are entirely pointless, here, have some sample dialogue.
Well, I do
so
get
shaky.
$100 off my cellular bill for every new sign-up.
Wait, is he talking about cell phones in 1989? Maybe these characters really are psychic. After they find the decapitated body of the gas station attendant, the lieutenant admits that he's probably gonna fucking murder Ricky when he finds him. And Dr. Newberry doesn't like that because he wants to use Ricky for mad science.
Ricky isn't a killer. He's a way to stop people from killing.
How?
Snake
Show
venom
your
is a
work.
way to cure the bite.
Good thing for him, the cop's bladder has very poor timing, and after
Wait, so he's trying to study killers to figure out how to prevent other killers?
Eventually, the kids get sick of waiting for
that
Grandma, Godot style, and discover that their car has been messed with off-screen.
Something really weird is happening. We just found my car.
Upside down in the orange grove.
God forbid you show something that interesting on screen.
That
Also,
would be-
the phone line.
explain that.
And oh yeah, Ricky's at the window and at the door.
Holy shit!
He's everywhere.
Yeah, holy shit. Chris stabs through Ricky's arm and gets the dude to give up his girlfriend, but then they just
through
sit
the
there at
arm.
door
That's
and act
nuts.
like nothing fucking happened.
He almost killed her.
Not her he's after.
Hey, I know you're not used to this, but something just happened in this movie. React to it. Acting is
No.
reacting. Because of the attack,
What?
Chris
I'm
goes
not
and
acting.
finds his granddad's old shotgun.
Double barrel.
Granddad's old greener.
Wait, greener? How many damn firearm terms am I gonna have to learn?
I don't know
during
what
the
a
show? Now,
greener
Chris
is.
may have the greener, but Ricky is meaner, and although he's a killer, he thinks guns
I
are
have
for
plenty of
wieners.
guns.
Instead, he
I've
gets
been
his
around them
rocks
for
off
my
by
entire
choking
life.
Chris to the
No
ground
idea what a
and stabbing
greener
him with
is.
that knife. Oh, sick! Look at all his head fluid move as he watches the girls
Ew.
run.
Is that like a
This is
timer
nasty.
thing?
Dr. Newberry
Will
pulls
it
up to
eventually, like,
Grandma's house
suffocate?
and is all like, "Yo, Ricky, what up?" He slowly approaches his favorite Pyrex patient, and they clasp hands together. But then Ricky stabs him in the gut with his knife.
Who could have
Ricky,
seen
you're
that
telling me all
coming?
that screen time I took up getting here was for nothing? Laura and Jerry barricade the front door with the piano, but that's not
But they
gonna
don't
help
block
them
the
when
hole.
Ricky crashes through the back one. Wow, that
Which is all
the
glass.
fastest any character has ever moved in this piece of shit movie. Upstairs, Jerry goes to look for another gun that Laura told her about, only to get pulled under a bed by Ricky, who was
Wait, how was he
somehow
under the bed?
already upstairs.
What
We see
the-
her body
how?
with some nondescript wounds on it when Laura comes and finds her a minute later. Laura feels on Ricky's face and doesn't like what she senses, so she runs away screaming. She winds up in the basement where she starts having a telepathic conversation with her dead grandma. Oh, okay, sure, I
Sure,
guess.
explain
I
it.
don't know what to do, Granny. Please help me.
Use your power, child.
Laura, you've switched off your
the-
targeting computer. What's wrong? Nothing, actually. She's about to use her powers or whatever by knocking out the lights when she hears Ricky coming
Oh,
downstairs.
we're doing
Now we're
that?
even.
Is that
I
where the
guess
idea
Ricky thinks
came
that
from?
means he doesn't need a weapon anymore, since he sticks his knife in the wall so the next Jason player can pick it up. He attacks Laura with his bare hands
Like,
and gets her to
you
the
all know
ground,
that
but she's
scene
saved
in
by
Game of
Chris,
Thrones.
who I egregiously left off the kill count, so obviously you should have seen this coming. Chris shoots Ricky with the, what was it again?
Greener.
Oh, yeah, the greener, but Ricky takes it like
No
a
idea.
champ and just gets right back up. Do greeners suck, or is this movie just stupid? Don't comment. I already know the answer to that. Ricky
Well,
uses
I
Chris's
mean,
empty
it's a
shotgun
double
to
barrel.
choke the brother out, and
We
I'm
got
gonna
20
put him on the
rounds
kill count
here.
even though it might seem like I shouldn't. I'll explain in a second. But
He
first,
gets back up?
Ricky's got to get back to his boring pursuit of Laura.
I mean,
She
I got
does
20
have a
rounds in
sharpened
that.
stake
20
now,
rounds
though,
in the
so maybe
other
this
one. I have
ending will be
20
interesting.
mag. 20 round round. 20 round mag.
What? Why did he just lie down on that stake? Why did he do that? What the fuck, movie? And let me explain
because it
why
was
I
in the
counted
dark?
Chris, but I'm not counting Ricky here. After that lieutenant dude finds his way to Grandma's house, we see some paramedics loading a still living body into an ambulance.
Call ahead to intensive care to set up life support. With a little luck, we can save this guy.
We never see Ricky
They should
or
be
Chris
moving a little
alive
faster.
again, and the movie doesn't clarify who that still living person is. But judging by the lieutenant's reaction there, I think the movie meant for it to be Ricky, so that's why I'll count Chris as dead and Ricky is still alive. We do get one more kill though, when the lieutenant finds Dr. Newberry lying on the ground, pretty bloody and ready to die. Got any last words for us, Doc?
He's still alive?
Hey,
Don't
not
be
bad words to live
stupid.
by. Maybe that was like
Huh?
his Be Good People. The movie ends with Laura hopping into a cruiser with the lieutenant, where she, in a vision of Ricky, wished the audience happy holidays.
Merry Christmas.
And a happy new year.
This movie had about as much action
just
as
not
a Christmas
even
greeting card, but maybe it
close
had a
to
decent
the
body
first
count.
two, really.
Let's find out and get to the numbers.
Like, plot-wise.
Ho, 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 ho,
I
ho.
mean, his motivation was, yeah. Like,
There were 8 victims in Silent Night, Deadly Night 3. They consisted of 5 dudes and 3 ladies, though the more interesting statistic is how many were off screen. Answer? Almost all of them.
Yeah.
With a runtime of 89 minutes.
Is there
we
even
wound
gonna
up with
be
kill
a
on average about
golden-
every 11 minutes. I'll give the golden
yeah, is there
chainsaw
even a
for
golden
coolest
chainsaw?
kill to none
No
of
one.
them. None of these kills deserve that award, on screen or not.
I knew
don't
it was
reward
gonna
movies
happen.
that don't try, and so the doll machete for
he's
lamest
never
kill
done
will
that
go to all
before.
of them. Most of them are the stupid
All of
victims
them?
screaming into the camera style. One of them very obviously uses a ketchup bottle for effects, and both
No,
of
that's
the
not
on-screen
ketchup.
ones are a
That's
big
not,
fat meh.
dark
Fuck
enough.
off movie. And that's it. Silent Night Deadly Night 3 movie, Better Watch Out, was released direct-to-video in 1989. It ended the Murder Santa part of
the year
this
James was
franchise,
born.
not with a bang but a whimper, and the following year's Part 4 would be a totally unrelated and totally insane story about witches and bugs. Wait, that sounds familiar.
Oh, that's the
though,
bug
I'm
one.
James
Okay,
H.
we're
Lee.
seeing that one.
It's been
It's
the
in
Kill
this
Count.
video.
Thanks a lot for watching this
So we're gonna
week's Kill
do
Count.
that.
I want to thank a couple of patrons
Even
like
though
Sharon Soul
the
and
next
Michael
video is
Althouse. I also want to keep thanking patrons who have
unrelated.
been with
We're
me
gonna
for
skip
over
that
a
one and
year.
jump to the
People
next
like
one, then go
Brishard
back.
Busby, James the Ralphs 2000,
Shout out to my patrons.
Jennifer Jensen, Ethan Keenan, and Sophie Tedesco. You guys like this? A little Pyrex bowl over her brain. The brain's from Night of the Living Dead. Remember that Kill Count? All right, everyone be good
fun
people.
times. All right, and then that's skip. And now we have the fourth one. Okay, from 1990, still way before I was born.
Welcome to the Kill Count, where we tally
This one
up
has
the
bugs
victims
in it.
all our favorite horror movies.
Big bugs.
I'm James H. Janice, and today we're looking at Silent Night, Deadly Night
Which,
4.
this is gonna get
Initiation,
wonky.
Released direct-to-video in 1990. Initiation has absolutely nothing to do with the previous three movies, completely foregoing.
I mean, the third one
Billy
barely
Ricky
had anything to do with the
Chapman
first
Caldwell
two.
story, and instead switching gears to a witch coven that uses lots of bugs. What? This movie is literally the season of the witch of the Silent Night, Deadly Night franchise. Initiation was directed and co-written by Brian Usna, who produced the cult classic Reanimator and directed a ton of other films in the genre, including Society, the Reanimator sequels, and one of my favorites as a kid, The Dentist. And don't worry,
I went to
those
Dentist
movies
yesterday.
will be covered on this show at some point. In fact, part of the reason Initiation
I'm not
is
kidding,
so
I actually
random
did.
is that Usna and co-writer Woody Keith recycled some unused ideas from their creepy body horror Society and stuck them in here. Also joining them from Society was effects artist Screaming Mad George.
That's a cool way to do
Joe Gitani, who gave us that awesome nasty cockroach scene back in Dream Master. He's really good at bug stuff, as you'll see. Although this movie doesn't really belong in this franchise, seeing as there are only 2 scenes that even mention Christmas, I'm kind of into it. It's weird and ambitious, and it's got Clint Howard running around as a dirty henchman. And who doesn't love Clint Howard?
Merry Christmas.
But Initiation is also pretty messy when it comes to its themes, clumsily tackling
Hopefully
gender
nothing
and
has to be
sex
blurred.
without ever really making any kind of cogent point. In fact, one last note before we get started here. This movie explores the issues of women in the workplace and feminism in general, and the villains end up being a group of misandrist witches who hate men and try to convert the protagonist played by Neith Hunter to their cause.
Wait a
Now,
second.
I don't want to see douchey comments saying that all feminists are man-hating like the witches in this movie, because, and this may blow your mind, Silent Night, Deadly Night 4 does not accurately portray all feminists. It's just like how Get Out didn't accurately portray all white people, and the Purge series doesn't accurately portray all Republicans. These kinds of movies are just like thought experiments. And Initiation in particular looks at how a person with legitimate grievances can be taken advantage of by a nefarious group for their own purposes. Okay, we cool? Great, let's finally get to the kills.
Okay.
The movie begins in Los Angeles, where Clint Howard finds some sweet street meat.
Street meat. That's a crazy
His
thing
cheeseless
to
buggy
say.
burger munching gets interrupted by the sight of a woman on a rooftop
Why?
who suddenly erupts into flames and then falls to the ground to her death. Wait, wasn't she on fire? Oh, okay, it's just her midsection that's aflame? That's cool, I guess. And as Clint checks it out, we see that she's been charbroiled a bit past well done.
Don't eat. Don't eat. No way that's cooked.
Leads us into a title card, followed by some opening credits that are similar in style to Reanimators, which also means that they're similar in style to a Hitchcock film. I do like the part where it looks like an electric stovetop, though. That's kind of fun. A report about the falling burning lady is on a TV in a motel room.
Every little kid has touched at one point. I definitely have.
Each other, if you get my meaning. Hey, the lady journalist, sporting a real 90s baggy beige pantsuit, is Kim, our heroine played by Neith Hunter, and her leather jacket-clad snogging partner there is Hank. They're currently
Why are they just so close to each other
LAI,
in
a
public?
fictional Los Angeles newspaper. Kim just works on the paper's calendar, but she wants to branch out into journalism with a story about that burnt-up lady.
They can't show that on TV.
Should they be showing that on TV? Their boss, Eli, played by Phantasm's Reggie Bannister, is dismissive of Kim, just like all the other
Does
dudes
nobody know
involved.
personal
And
space?
although it's
Everybody's
Kim
way
who
too
has the
close to each
idea of
other.
covering the falling fiery
Everyone
death in the
is.
paper, Eli gives the story to Hank, and the two of them
Do they have to
immediately
squeeze
start
in the
goofing up
frame?
the eventual headline.
Spontaneous combustion. The Devil's Triangle.
Kim tries to lean in and get the assignment herself, but Eli shuts her out of the room.
Could you make some fresh coffee, please? Thanks.
Oof.
Upset, Kim commiserates with her coworker Janice, played by Alice Beasley, who, for a very on-theme fun fact, played the woke-as-fuck teacher in Recess, Miss Grotke.
Boys will be boys.
No idea.
Let's read about how the
I've never
barbaric
watched
Europeans
Disney.
stole this country
Ever.
from the Native Americans.
What's
Janice
a
helps
barbarian?
Kim out
Non-Roman
by
said the
discreetly
Romans
giving her
being invaded by
a paper with
non-Romans.
some info about the case of the falling flaming lady. Kim checks out the crime scene and talks to an Asian butcher shop owner who speaks in a very forced broken accent and karate chops vending machines. She also goes into a bookstore that's near the half-burnt chalk outline of the victim's body, and there she gets creeped on by Clint Howard, who does something with his fingers against her butt that results in a magic sound effect.
Get away from me! Leave me alone!
What you doing to her butt there, Clint? Turns out his name is actually Ricky, which we learn when the bookstore owner FEMA shoos him away.
You really ought to be institutionalized.
Yeah, I'm still not sure if he's supposed to be Ricky Chapman / Caldwell, or if it's just a lame reference to those first 3 movies.
Oh, that's what he's supposed to be?
These are really weird, all right? The ladies introduce themselves to each other with an uncomfortably long handshake, and holy shit, FEMA's played by Maud Adams.
Why are we just doing
That's fucking Octopussy right there. Kim purchases a book about spontaneous combustion, #1 fear of 5 to 10-year-olds everywhere, then gets offered a nasty dried fruit to eat, #1 fear of 18 to 35-year-olds. Ew, and she eats it? I'm being told it's a dry date by Zoran, one of my editors, but that looks way too much like Dookie to be putting in your mouth all willy-nilly. Yeah, spit that shit out, Kim. Before she leaves, FEMA invites Kim to a picnic and gives her a book about ISIS, the Egyptian god, not the fuckhead terrorists. Fuck ISIS, man. Oh, and the book was on sale, too. It only cost Kim 1 head smooch. Mwah.
That was all hair, by the way. She just, there was no skin. That was just kissing hair.
This building, I don't know, somewhere in Thai-town, I think? Maybe Los Feliz?
Get rainbowed up.
Me with the Los Feliz shit, okay? Learn Spanish. Kim gets compelled to the edge of the roof and has some kind of dizzy spell before Ricky comes out of nowhere and sticks his hand down a ventilation pipe. As bugs crawl over Kim, and like everything, Ricky pulls out one of Mad George's nasty creations. I got this for you, Kim. Merry Christmas. Oh, no go? Maybe she already has one of those, Rick. Hope you kept the receipt. At home, Kim finds herself the victim of all sorts of weird shit. There are bugs in her sink, apparent symbolism of woman power in her spaghetti, and faces in her, I don't know, her spread, I guess? To get away from her buggy apartment, Kim heads over to Hank's family's house, where she's offered more weird stuff to put in her mouth. God forbid you say no, Kim.
It's
Hank
all
is
about
chilling
food
there,
and
looking
bugs
like a
and
backup host for Sprockets, and with him is his little brother Lonnie, played by director Brian Usena's son, Conan Usna. Hank's dad Gus is there too, and not only is he a bit of an anti-Semite,
Kim's Jewish. Jesus.
But in keeping with this movie's half-baked themes, he also shares his misogynistic views on gender roles.
Well, I think a woman's place is in the home, raising a family.
Don't you just love the holidays? Kim is still mad at Hank for not sticking up for her at work, and not even his leather jacket can make her feel better about it. So she leaves him in anger.
Just like the holiday season,
where she
people
sees
say
more
some
faces,
outrageous
this
thing like
time
that.
in her blinds. I guess we can add pareidolia to the things this movie wants to half-assedly touch on. Since Kim didn't bother cleaning her apartment before she left, she finds that one of those cockroaches she saw has grown to full-on Gregor Samsa size. I guess that's what happens when you leave your spaghetti hands out. The disgusting roach hangs out on the wall while Kim throws up in the toilet, vomiting out spaghetti sauce and a bug, I guess, before passing out on the bathroom floor. The next day, Kim goes to a park
and this
to meet
is supposed to be about the
picnic.
witches.
And you know, there's nothing like the warm embrace of a stranger you just met at a bookstore.
Why are they that close?
Kim meets FEMA's female friend group, including Catherine, Jane, and of course, Ms. Merlot. They chat about the lady who burnt up, with Jane offering some strange commentary about the victim.
She wasn't strong enough.
Even though they're obviously lying, like look at FEMA's lying face, the ladies all profess not to know who the victim was. They wish Kim luck with her job and toast to her health. All that wine has left Kim like a little sweepy baby, and FEMA
so who
takes
brings
advantage
pillow
of her
to
with
a
some
picnic
light
in the park?
That, wait, what's going on here? Did she just put a spell on her or something? I don't really know, but look at those tree branches. It's another face. Get the face, Kim. Hank shows up out of nowhere and takes Kim's drunk ass back to work, where Eli has decided to put her on the spontaneous
wine drunk
combustion
at work.
story
That's
thanks
nuts.
to Hank's influence. Kim heads over to FEMA's apartment, where I think Neith Hunter forgot her line and had to have Maud Adams feed it to her.
So you see, you have to be careful of what you want because you might just get it. It's true.
Oof, I do not think it was scripted that way, but this movie can't afford second takes. FEMA gives Kim some coffee,
definitely can.
But not before sprinkling some glitter in it.
You gotta
she calls
stir the spoon around?
Elder bark. It immediately gets Kim feeling a little woozy here, man. So
no
she's
red
unable
flags?
to pay a lot of attention as FEMA talks about her daughter that died in an accident and how she blames her ex-husband for everything that happened. As Kim gets drowsier, FEMA's attitude towards her veers wildly from sapphic.
I don't like this. I don't like where this is going.
Now look what you've done.
To grandmotherly dried fruit offering. And even
Really?
after that
Why?
bait transmutates into a cockroach, Kim listens to her
Oh, God.
grandmama and
Why?
heats that buggy up. Before you know it, she's having stomach cramps and hallucinatory
Wonder why. You get a bug.
flashbacks to stuff we've already seen in this movie. So hey, I guess this is a Silent
What?
Night, Deadly Night after all.
It's all supposed
Jane
to be
and
making
another
sense.
of FEMA's diversity squad friends suddenly appear overhead, and with Kim all rosemarried up from the drugs, strip off her clothes and mark her forehead with some soot? Paint? I don't know. Whatever it is, it's great for ring around the navel. Ricky enters the room to insist that Kim take his Christmas gift, and after an ambiguous spoken spell,
Earth to earth. Mother to daughter.
the creature is put on top of Kim's belly
Why?
swirl. Then
What's
they
it
cut
gonna
open
do?
an adorable little mole, and yeah, I don't really know what's happening anymore, but Kim looks
I'm
like
glad
she
I'm not
needs some
seeing-
Pepto-Bismol.
oh.
She ends up vomiting out a giant cockroach. that
Why?
is also like a millipede? Dude, what the fuck is up with this movie and these nasty
That
goddamn
can't feel
bugs?
fun.
Oh, and then they go and cut it in half?
Why?
Oh my god, it looks like one of those cheap popper firework things on the inside. Anyway, Ricky uses the bug innards to give Kim a facial. Sorry, that's what it looks like. And then she passes out. When she wakes up a little
Sorry.
bit later,
That was
the
a
ladies
dream?
all surround her, and FEMA tells her exactly what she wants.
I want my daughter back.
Run away,
But Kim
run
didn't
away,
sign
run
up to
away.
be no lady's daughter.
Or did that
or
actually
anything,
happen?
So she
Was it
takes
all a
off
dream?
running. She goes to Hank's apartment and wakes him up out of bed, then starts freaking the fuck out entirely, and even tries to swallow a bunch of pills before he's
Don't
able
do
to
that.
stop her. Next thing you know, though, she's on top of him in bed and getting pretty weird with
What?
the dirty
What?
talk.
Fuck you while you're sleeping.
Hey, what? Does that even work? Before she can satisfy her narcophilia, Ricky walks into the apartment and straight into the bedroom, where he then
What?
decides to
The
sit
door's
on
not
the
locked?
bed and watch
Wait,
TV.
what?
What you watching there, Rick? Wait, what?
What?
No.
Wait, the
fucking-
third
what the
movie?
fuck?
Santa Claus killer.
This is like a whole new level of flashback fuckery. So
Literally just
good
showing
job,
the
I guess.
the third
Ricky
movie.
throws Hank aside and tells Kim it's time to go. But Hank hits him with a lamp, and the two of them get into
That's
a fight.
the
After
worst
a couple of belly
lamp
prods
as a
and
weapon
beat
I've
down
ever
with a
seen in a
broomstick,
movie.
Ricky gains the upper hand by biting into Hank's upper foot. Then
Ooh,
he takes
the
a
Achilles.
kitchen knife and tells Hank to leave him alone
Don't fuck with me.
before stabbing the poor dude a few times in
What was the point of
chest
warming
in a
him?
pretty sadistic way. Something about that nonchalant stabbing really upsets me. Eventually, as Kim watches from beneath the bed, Ricky finishes Hank off with a death that's mostly off-screen, but still pretty effective, thanks to all the blood flowing to the ground and the nasty sound effects.
You see, this is why doors stay unlocked
Plus,
and
the body
rooms
falls in
have
front
guns
of
in them.
Kim, confirming
In
the
my
kill
house.
for us, and as far as Ricky is concerned, ending the sequence.
Come on out now.
Kim's co-worker
No.
Janice comes into the apartment, but she's not surprised to find Ricky there. Turns out she's part of the witch conspiracy too. She helps Kim out of her bondage and tells her that she needs to go with Ricky and finish what started in FEMA's apartment. Man, this
No.
is such a Rosemary's Baby ripoff. It's ridiculous.
I
Ricky
don't know what
sticks
that
Kim
is.
in the freezer of that Asian guy's meat store, where
That's
FEMA
gonna
and
be
her
bad.
fem crew are waiting to
Also-
sit Kim down in a chair and get her body ready for Ricky and his eyes wide shut get up. Things get real nasty real fast, as all the women oil up Clint Howard's naked body like he's Steve Christie, and then he proceeds to Kim while the witches all laugh. Ooh, boy. Kim wakes up
Okay.
later in Neith Hunter's like 10th nude scene in the movie, only this time she's got some real freaky jicky
What?
hands and she's
Ninjutsu.
oh god, what the fuck? What are we doing here? And oh my god, now she's like a weird mermaid or a bug? More bugs?
She turned into
Yo,
a
I
bug?
don't even know what's happening anymore, man. All I know is that Hank's body is hanging out there Hellraiser style. The next morning, Kim
Ooh.
wakes up again with her legs in some kind of exoskeleton, and the meat shop owner walks in to explain what happened to her and that
He's going to
broken
explain it?
English of his.
You have been initiated. You go.
You're in on it?
Now.
Kim goes to the bookstore where the movie just all of a sudden decides to solve the mystery of the falling flaming lady.
Yes. She was my daughter.
But now FEMA has Kim to
Oh.
be her new daughter and join their she-woman man-hating club. She tells Kim that they want her to kidnap Hank's little brother Lonnie
So
for
what
some
did
kind of
the
anti-penis
ex-husband do
magic
that-
sacrifice. But Kim doesn't want anything to do with
caused
it and
the
runs
death?
away from them. Kim has a cop played by not Ed Harris investigate Hank's apartment, but since it was cleaned by Janice, he doesn't find any evidence of a struggle. He does, however, find a prescription bottle behind the mirror. Wow, must be one of them psycho bitches, huh? Kim goes to her work's holiday party, but can't even pretend to be normal after Janice smooches on her and repeats FEMA's talking points.
Now, you have to bring us the boy.
That's not a fun work holiday party at all. Where's the engaging conversation? You know, stuff like this.
Thinking about my parents.
Oh, good.
Dude, the second movie.
That's fine. That's fine.
They're dead.
Ooh, yeah,
Kim
it's
leaves
not
that
fine.
lame-ass work party and finds herself being followed by Ricky,
keep hearing
who
sounds
forces
in
her
my
to take
house.
refuge inside a motel room. The TV
Like they
programming at
continued.
the motel consists of lesbian on Channel 2, and on Channel 7, FEMA telling Kim to bring them the boy.
Oh, it's like
this lack of
you
cable
bring.
television
Oh, your
gives
finger
Kim
shouldn't
an
do
upset
that.
stomach, so she tries to make herself feel better with a shower. But Kim, you forgot about those firecracker ankle bracelets you put on that morning. You know, the kind that go off when they get wet. Anyway, her flaming legs are enough to make her give up right in the rick of time.
Shower and she's on fire.
Ricky drives Kim to Hank's family's house, where inside, Lonnie gets a pretty sweet Christmas gift, a frickin' Tommy Jarvis jacket. Hell yeah! He answers the door for
Jarvis?
Kim,
Who's
whose
that?
shitty lie apparently works on the young lad.
Hank's not with you, is he? Sure he is. He's out in the car. Do you want to come out and talk to him? I knew
Wow,
it.
The
that's
kid's even
suspicious.
dumber after they get inside the stranger danger van, and he continues to buy Kim's bullshit about Hank not being there.
Where is he? He'll be right back. So, what do you want for Christmas?
I want my fucking brother, lady. Bring him out. Because we need another body for the kill count, Ricky enters Hank's family's house to attack the parents. He takes up Hank's mom off screen and then tackles Gus by the Christmas tree.
Dude, is nobody able to stop?
With the Christmas lights, just like Billy Chapman did back when he was kicking off his own killing spree. And they say these movies aren't connected. Although Gus's kill sets
that's
the
the
house
connection?
on fire,
Strangling
Ricky
with Christmas
abandons
lights?
it to get back in the van as Kim drives away, I won't count the mom as a death because it's unconfirmed as hell. Deal with it. The coven
he didn't really
meets
have
on
time.
that same old Town rooftop, this time with a tween boy tied up with his shirt ripped open.
What are you doing?
I've been asking that this whole damn movie, kid.
Yeah,
FEMA tells Kim that
why?
she needs to kill Lonnie because reasons, and then it's back with
Is
the
that why
bullshit
she was
again.
on the
that
roof
one
and on
kinda looked like a
fire?
toothbrush. Cool. Despite the ladies cranking their misandry levels up to 11,
Kill the man. Become a whole woman.
Kim's unable to bring herself to kill Lonnie, and instead, when FEMA tries to force her hand, she drives the knife into FEMA's stomach, piercing the Heaven Supreme and allowing her to free Lonnie from his restraints. FEMA takes the knife out and approaches Kim with hatred in her eyes, but that's when Ricky decides to have a heart.
No, man.
Wait,
Don't hurt
what?
her.
Of course,
Why?
that just gets him his very own stab to the gut, made more intense when FEMA drags the knife
what is
up
the
and
significance
slits his
of
chest
him in
open.
this?
Ouch! Then after he falls to the ground, he gets, what, eaten by bugs? Okay, sure. Kim has more killer cramps, and FEMA kneels down next to her to say she's been a bad girl. Looks like her punishment is to have her hands get real crazy spindly and then
Ninjutsu.
spontaneously combust. That's been a recurring thing in this movie, sure. But Kim just uses her new flaming appendage.
How much of the budget was
to stab
used on
FEMA in the
fire
gut again,
and
which
fire
causes
safety?
the head witch to light up completely in an obvious fire stunt. My fucking favorite. FEMA runs away from Kim and straight off the edge of the roof, dying
now
against the sidewalk.
right next to the other one.
Kill of her daughter's death that kicked this whole thing off. Only this time, the flames actually cover the entire body.
Yeah,
Kim stares
not
down
just
the
the
other
legs.
ladies like, yeah, get some witches, and leaves them behind without a leader. Then takes Lonnie and tells him that everything's gonna be okay now.
You're just gonna have
for the
trauma.
fact that your brother and dad are dead. Oh, and
That too.
maybe your mom too. Merry Christmas! How many kills did this unrelated witch-tastic sequel give us? Let's find out.
What is the fifth one going to be like? Is there 6 of them?
This looks tasty. Was this a little date?
Don't.
Nope, that's a bug. That's a plastic bug.
Same thing, right? They're similar. I don't know.
5
Never had a
people
date.
died in Silent Night, Deadly Night 4.
Wait.
The victims consisted of 2 women and 3 dirty, awful men.
With the ice cream?
I'm just kidding. I was being the witches
Ice
from the
cream
movie,
man?
who, let's not forget, were characters written by dudes. With a runtime of 86 minutes, we wound up with a kill on average every 17.2 minutes.
That's not a lot.
I'll give the golden chainsaw for coolest kill to Hank, which is probably one of the most off-screen deaths to ever get the award. But his earlier stabbings in the kitchen feel really intense to me. And even his ultimately off-screen death is effectively shot from Kim's perspective under the bed. Good stuff. Dull machete for lamest kill will go to Gus, since we already saw that shit in the first one, and because he makes a goofy face while he goes.
Why is
And
it
that's
smoking?
Silent Night, Deadly Night 4, Initiation, was written and directed by Brian Usna and hit that straight-to-video market in 1990. The next sequel, Part 5, The Toy Maker, would actually involve Christmas again.
Oh,
But I'll show
yay.
you that next week.
It's
Until then, I'm
gonna be
take it
nuts,
easy.
that's for sure.
This has been the Kill Count. Thanks a lot for watching this week's Kill
Oh
Count. I
my
want to thank a
good
couple
heavens.
patrons like Dan Patelski,
That's my
Alex
patrons.
Rogers,
You know, I was
Fenris
looking
Faraday,
at it.
and Clyde. Let me know in the comments if
My
you would actually
videos
known
are
about it
getting
and
like
watched this movie.
less than
As
20,000
fun as this
impressions
one
the
is,
first day
next
being
week's is
uploaded,
even
even though I have
more fun.
102,000
Trust me,
subscribers.
Silent Night, Deadly Night 5 is the sleeper hit of this franchise.
Really?
And get ready for Sunday's video. Y'all gonna love it. Thanks a lot, y'all. Be good people.
Okay, well, yeah, no, then we'll come back and do, like, The Strangers, Jurassic World, and all that, but then Santa Slay isn't related. Next week will be 5 and the 2012 remake, and then we'll go back and do things like, the Unfriended sequel, The Strangers, Prey at Night sequel, Jurassic World, which I've actually seen the movie, was that really 2018? Or am I thinking of a different one? Oh, but that's Fallen Kingdom. Was that the first one of the... No, that wasn't the first one, the reboot. What? I think I've definitely seen that one, though. I think I saw the other one as well. But then we'll get back into that and whatever. I've seen Bird Box. That's actually kind of nuts. But, yeah, shout out to the patrons. I couldn't do this if it was not for them. I'm looking at the analytics, and videos in the first day being uploaded are having, like, less than 20,000 impressions. Which you would think it's going to 102,000 subscribers in their sub box, and you would think a subscriber would at least check their sub box at least one time within like a 26-hour period, even though YouTube says that that's when my viewers are on, or a lot of my viewers are on, and only less than 30% of my viewers are actually, or 30% of my views come from subscribers. So I don't know what's going on. YouTube hates me or whatever. I am actively looking for a job to do YouTube as well. YouTube to go from being my full-time thing to like being like a side thing where hopefully I can continue to put out as many videos as I am doing now. Maybe cut back a couple of videos here or there, but still try to get out as many videos as I do. But yeah, no, things are really bad, and I have absolutely no reason, no idea why. I've tried numerous things, tried numerous channels, compared the numbers besides channels and everything, and it's not just me, it's being affected by this. It's a whole lot of other channels that I've seen, but I don't know how many of them are being affected to the degree that I am. I'm sure it's probably affecting a lot of other YouTubers as well, but things are really, 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 really bad, and it's very motivating. Really, it's very hard to stay motivated with, no matter what I do, is gonna be wrong. 102,000 people clicked on a button that says, I want to see more from you. You're pretty good. I want to see more future videos from you. I want to make sure that YouTube shows me those videos, and YouTube doesn't. Because an impression is when a video like appears in your sub box or like alongside of a video, like the video is right over here if you're watching on like a computer or something, or down below if you're watching on a phone. Yeah, that's one impression for that video. My videos are getting less than 20,000 in the first day, which usually back in the day, like a year and a half ago, my videos would drop and they'd get like, I don't know, 60,000 in the first day. And then like, I don't know, a couple 100,000 in the first week or so, like 300,000 in the first week. Regardless of what the video was, it would still get those impressions. So even the click-through rates are actually average to what they've averaged to above average. YouTube still doesn't want to, you know, send those videos out to people. So I don't know what's going on. If you have any insight, please let me know. I do read every single one of your comments. Leave them down below. And shout out to the patrons, because I could not do this. Literally could not do this if it was not for them. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. But until next video, take care and keep the music.